Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly love reading. Let's see what's going on for you this week in terms of love. The Temple. God speaks. Number 33. I'm seeing that a lot. Burning Hero. Man of the earth, woman of the sky. And let the feminine lead the way. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the Temple. You're both experiencing this connection on a deeply spiritual level. This is so profound. The love is so deep. The love is so profound. It is beyond anything either of you have ever known before. You love each other so deeply because you are each other's doorway to the divine. You feel so connected to spirit. It just feels so right. The love just flows. It's so natural. And it's because you and your person, you've not only shared so many past lives together, but you know each other at the core, beyond this dimension, beyond multitudes of dimensions, within all of those dimensions. Okay, so God is really speaking to you both through this connection. Don't doubt your person's love for you. It's beyond anything they could even express. They really wish you knew it. They really wish, in a way, that there wasn't like the fearful or doubting of the mind, but you know, that is part of this process of awakening on this earth plane, so that's necessary. Okay, God speaks. This is a confirmation to you that if you feel, or if you have fears that your person doesn't love you, or they've fallen out of love for you, or it's unrequited love, this is God saying that is not true. That is the illusions of the mind. Okay, hearing from spirit. You and your person, you connect in these higher dimensions. You are inside this temple, like the temple of love. You and your person connect telepathically, but it's beyond that. It's more than the mind's speaking. It's all aspects of your being is one. So you're not just speaking, you're that oneness. So in the core of who you are, the depth of love that you can conceive, because it's beyond what we can perceive. I mean, your person feels that. It's not that just that they feel that, it's the truth. You are this love. So it's not the person doesn't feel this love, it's unrequited. You are that love. And this is God. This is your soul family. Because I feel you and your person are going inwards right now, individually, into this temple where God speaks to you, the divine speaks to you. This is like your spirit guide, soul family, giving you this guidance, this knowledge, this reassurance, whatever you're needing. And there's all this soul family here as well. Whatever you're needing, you're in this sanctuary above this earth plane. Your higher selves are there, and you're receiving so much guidance. Okay, and this is like you and your person's higher selves talking as well. You're a team. And this is your family, your soul family, all around you. Okay, and you have this higher dimensional purpose. So this is like you and your person in the higher realms. You've incarnated here in a place or a state of amnesia where you can't like fully immediately see the truth of everything, because on this earth it's about a process of unveiling the truth and learning through discovery. That's very exciting to the soul. Okay, so trust what's going on in the higher realms, trust the love, because that is what's shining through to you right now. There's a strong message from Spirit here that the love is true. Don't doubt, don't fear, don't feel like it's unbalanced or unrequited. It's not. This is a time where your faith is going to be restored to a higher level than before. I'm not saying that you're going to completely, you and your person are completely going to be in faith. There's always going to be times where you're going to feel wounded and disconnected from your higher selves and all the wisdom, okay? Because that's, the mind is distracting, fears are distracting. Interesting. Many of you watching this are divine feminine. Let the feminine lead the way. Man of the earth, women of the sky, burning heroes. You're both these burning heroes, okay? I feel like divine feminine, because you're more of the higher chakras, and both divine feminine and masculine are connected with all the chakras, okay? So it's not just the divine feminine. I feel like divine feminine, you can tap into the temple, this higher realm, your higher self, more easily through more practice that you've had, or you've played that role in many lifetimes. So you're leading the way in this connection, okay? I'm hearing a message from Spirit that divine feminine, you're unknowingly making assumptions within this connection. And the main assumption, one of the main assumptions throughout your connection is that you feel that divine masculine understands this connection on the same degree or level or same vibration that you understand it, okay? You both feel the love that's in the same way, but this is a journey of understanding in the mind what the connection is about, or the mind needs to understand certain things in order to release illusions and fears and blocks or false self, false belief systems. So divine feminine, you're kind of assuming at times, or you've made a big assumption throughout your connection, that your divine masculine understands your connection to the degree to which you do, and divine masculine has not understood. And so there's certain things that you've not explained, or certain levels, you've explained things on certain levels, but I'm hearing now you're moving into this deeper stage because you're coming into an awareness that you were taken for granted that divine masculine just understood the love. And my left ear is like really ringing right now, and this, I always get that when I feel like a really powerful truth is coming through to me, okay? So divine masculine, they may have felt that you were distanced from them, or they may have misunderstood certain things that you took for granted that they just understood. And at the core of that, I'm hearing that you assumed that divine masculine understood just how much you loved them, and divine masculine did not understand and does not fully understand just how much you love them, okay? And so that's equated, or that's made them feel rejected, or So there's a deeper level of you needing to express your feelings or your truth, or express your experience of the love. Because when you make certain assumptions that the masculine's just getting or understanding fully what you're feeling, they're not. So you need to lead the way. You need to come out of the fears of expressing your truth. And this is happening on a massive, monumental level. You and your divine masculine are just about to enter this new phase of being in the temple, and that means greater peace and harmony overall. That's not to say there won't be challenges or bumps in the road, because there will be in the future, and many of those. It always leads to a deeper union, through a deeper understanding, through a deeper awareness. Okay, so I feel like divine feminine, you were feeling like divine masculine was getting it. They were understanding everything about how you felt about them, but they weren't. And it's because you need to dig deeper and express deeper. Be that burning hero, divine feminine. You've been afraid because you've come out of your comfort zone a lot already in this connection through putting your heart, wearing your heart on your sleeve. I feel like divine feminine, you've had a bit of a wobble recently where you've been afraid to open up further. It's like you came to a stage of opening up so much, and then you became fearful subconsciously, and maybe even consciously. You realized you were fearful of, like, you felt like you're going out on a limb, and that's how we all feel when we open our heart more. Okay, so you may have kept it at a certain level, or maybe it became too much for you, so you withdrew a little bit because you needed to feel like comforted within your own safe sanctuary for a while. And this may be led to divine masculine feeling like you're pulled away, or you don't feel as much for them as you do because you were withholding these deeper layers of your true feelings. So then in some cases that has meant divine masculine has sort of withdrawn a little bit into their comfort zone as a reflection of you doing that, and then that's helped you coming into deeper awareness of how you were in a comfort zone. So now you're coming out of that. This could be vice versa, you know, these energies. So take it however it resonates. You're coming out of that fear. Already expanded your comfort zone, opened your heart massively. Now, the amount of fears I'm hearing from Spirit that have recently come up is an indication of just how intensely you're both going to expand in this next phase of the unfolding of your heart and the unfolding of your journey of true love. So, you are the perfect yin and yang, man of the earth, woman of the sky. You're connected, like I said, with the crown chakra more intensely, so you hear the messages from the temple. God speaks, the universe speaks, you hear that, and you're being called as the divine feminine to be more of this burning hero. The burning being like burning away resistance, burning away doubts and fears, because you are leading the way. So whatever's happening within your divine masculine, it is actually a reflection of what's been happening within you. So if you see your divine masculine as fearful right now, or in that temple of sanctuary, it's because you are doing the same. And this is because all sorts of wounds from the past are coming up. For example, Divine Feminine, many of you would have been kind of criticized or rejected for your true expression. People couldn't handle your level of expression. It blew their mind too much, or it threatened to. Many people in your life, they didn't want to be mind blown. They were subconsciously in their comfort zone of the matrix and in their bubble kind of thing. So your energy, your truth, your light was very scary. So you Divine Feminine, you're afraid of your power, you're afraid of your light, you're afraid of being seen as crazy, because that was what has been projected towards you throughout your life. And so you learnt to hold yourself back in, but your true self was deeply desiring to come out, and hence why you met Divine Masculine, to draw each other out into truth. But obviously that triggers up all the fears from past experiences of feeling really wounded, and like your true self wasn't accepted, your true self wasn't in a safe place, it wasn't supported, you didn't feel safe. Okay, so this is all coming up in deep levels. It's transmuting, it's burning away. I'm hearing that you're triggering Divine Masculine's fears a lot, and some of you Divine Feminine, you're fearful of that, fearful of rocking the boat or triggering Divine Masculine, but that is part of this process. The love, the light shines on the darkness to turn it to the light, okay? But you may have felt like your light, your truth, pushed other masculines away in the past, so that's coming up. And I'm hearing from Spirit that the same sort of insecurities are happening within Divine Masculine, like whatever. I'm hearing at times they were their true nature, or they let their true desires be known, or their heart, they really wore it on their sleeve in previous relationships or experiences, just like you did in your previous experiences. And then any and every time they got hurt from that, and they felt it was a rejection, they felt like there was something wrong with them being their true authentic nature and their true expression. So I'm hearing that Divine Masculine is this burning hero because of them opening their heart so much and expressing that. But so you've both come out of your comfort zone massively already, but then I'm hearing it is like 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. So back into the comfort zone for a while. I need to recenter myself, I need to feel safe again, but then it's 2 steps forward again, now 1 step back, but you're still moving forward, okay? But your connection is going to go on this forward and then a little bit back and then further forward and then a little bit back, okay? So don't be thinking there's something wrong with your connection if that's what's happening, because it's meant to happen that way, okay? We're conditioned to think love isn't meant to be like that. Love is meant, and relationships are meant to be a specific way, and if there's a pulling back, it's like it means they don't love me kind of thing, and that is not true. So Spirit is really speaking to you through this reading and saying for you both to try and be mindful and release the old belief systems that step back means something's wrong. Actually, it's an indication that you're on the right path. because it's never, you know, growth requires a certain level or degree of adversity along that journey, along that path. And so the step back is actually a time of integration. It seems like an adversity, but it's actually I'm hearing it's actually showing it, helping you grow, because every time you do take that one step back, you feel disconnected, you feel cut off from the love a little bit, you feel cut off from the divine a little bit, because you're in your mind, you're in your fears. And then you realise over and over again, with every step backwards back into the comfort zone, you realise how it limits you. It makes you realise how dull life becomes when you cut yourself off from the divine love and the wonderment and the expansion into the infinite universe, the infinite love. Okay, so it's a powerful and important step backwards at times, because it's not really properly like stepping back. It's not abandoning the connection. It may feel like it is, but it's not. It's just showing you both, like when you take that step back into fear, how scary life can feel, or how disconnected you can feel. It really sort of limits or shuts down to a great degree, or that wonderment, that joy, that love, that excitement, that being in the flow and feeling heaven on earth. But it's natural to, because we're awakening, we're opening to the higher vibrations, aligning with the higher vibrations, and it has to be a process. We cannot just click our fingers and suddenly we're able to hold all this light and love. So it's natural, you need a step back, and it's not a step back really, it's like a step off the path. On some degree, because again, it's not really stepping off the path at all. It's just, you need a time of pause in the sanctuary, of going within, because that's what everyone's used to, right? We're used to going around in our lives, for the most part, wearing masks with our interactions with other people, but then our true self is what we are in our alone time. You and your person, throughout your lives, you have really loved and felt safe and secure and most at home within yourself, within your alone time. That's when you are connecting with spirit, okay? So even within such a powerful divine love connection, union that you have with this person, there is still this need to take a breather and have that alone time. That's natural. You may feel like, oh, this is divine love, this is a divine union, there should be no need for that independence anymore. That's another illusion. You may really feel like something's wrong if you're like, why am I wanting, or why am I needing this independence right now, or why is the other person needing this independence right now? It's your own personal connection with the divine. This is you and your person taking a temporary pause in your own personal space, where there's no one else but you and the divine in that personal space. That is your pure connection to your higher self and to spirit. Maybe even all the way to God or source, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with your person needing that. And there's nothing wrong with you needing that. You know, we're on this earth plane in order to have respite, feel safe, secure, have understanding, feel re-centered throughout all your lifetime. There's been times when you've needed that alone time with spirit. Whether you knew it was with spirit or not, it was. And that's no different within this connection. Don't be thinking there may be a fear that's come up, like I've always got to be connected, and maybe you're putting a pressure on yourself, or maybe in some circumstances you or some unions you felt a pressure from the other person, or they felt a pressure from you to constantly be in you know, the focus being on each other and the union and feeling so connected and it being harmonious and amazing. Taking that step back temporarily into the independent aspect of self is natural and is needed. Okay? Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat the other up about it. Don't think there's something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's look at some oracle cards. These are the Robin Wood tarot cards. What do you need to know from Spirit about your connection? This is that comfort zone, okay? So I'm hearing from Spirit that your connection, you're both very mature, you both are excelling, really monumentally. You're very successful in this union. You overcome trials, tribulations, adversity. You're learning very quickly. It's because you've done it many, 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 many times before, on many different layers of existence. Okay? But there is that need for autonomy at times. And so with such massive monumental expansion, this is stability, right? Number 4. It's only natural for at times to be like, look how he's hiding away. There's all these celebrations going on. There's all these flags. I get this feeling that there's all people around. This is just like a lot of energy, representing a lot of energy in your connection, a lot of things going on. Some cases it could be other people involved, and it's all getting a bit too much. Maybe there's things in their personal life as well. It's all getting a bit too much. So there's this need to want that alone time to sort of hide away. You know, like if you've ever felt really overwhelmed or something and you just want to, I don't know, I've never done this, but I'm seeing an example of if you're at a party or something and you're feeling really out of your comfort zone, and then you just want it, you just go off to the toilet or to another room or something, or you go outside to like have a breather. This person's like sinking down, hiding away for a moment. It's like, I'm feeling overwhelmed by this situation. It's just a time of overwhelm, okay? And that is normal, that's natural. And this is like holding the comfort zone close to the chest for a while, okay? And I'm seeing an image of like a baby with a blanket. So you and your person, it's like your inner child. You wean, you wean a child off of things. You don't just, in most cases, sometimes it may happen, but you don't just rip away the security blanket and go there. You should be like totally happy and comfortable with this now without your sense of security. It's like every now and then you and your person are going to need to retreat and have the comfort zone back a little bit. And then when you're like, okay, I feel okay again now, I feel secure again now, I'm rejuvenated, I got some of my energy back, I'm not feeling totally frazzled and rattled and all over the place, now I'm more stable within myself. Then it's like that deep breath, and then you can come back out into the open again. What else do you need to know? King of Wands. That's a lot of cards. I'll briefly, if I can do briefly, not sure if I can, look at these. This is time to pause, you know. I've said that so many times. This is where the person takes a step back in order to gather their bearings, in order to see the bigger picture. But there needs that autonomy, right, in order to come to the conclusions or a deeper understanding or deeper sense of stability. There needs that alone time. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.